Hello, hi. If you enjoy anything in this video, you should consider the following: subscribing to me here on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, and on TikTok, where I make other forms of content and where I post my other content. Alright, cool. Enjoy the video. I was playing Final Fantasy 14 yesterday when my power came back and my internet was fully stable. Anyway, I was playing it yesterday, the power came back, and I was observing the text channels that people talk in, and people got to talking about action games, and they someone that brought up Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and they were saying how they didn't. No, they were talking about Kingdom Hearts first, then it went to Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and then they got to talking about how they don't really like action games because they feel that they're unnecessarily fast-paced and button mashy. And I'm not gonna lie, because that's my whole thing, is telling the truth and staying genuine. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to a lot of really fast-paced action games, I have a bad habit of being a little bit of an elitist when it comes to them, because I've been playing them since 2005, right? So whenever I see people being like, oh, they're not fun because of this and that and the third, and they're too fast and button mashy or whatever, my first response is, okay, if you want to play something that's on the slower side, go play like a Dark Souls or something, or like an older action RPG that's on the slower side. And then usually the answer is like, well, no, I don't like them at all because they're all button mashy. Then my immediate next response is, well, that's just skill issue. Because, like, yes, a lot of action games are on the faster side, but there's also ones that are on the slower side. There are ones that hold your hand, there are ones that don't hold your hand. And you're just gonna be like, well, I don't like any of them because of XYZ, and you aren't gonna take the time to learn how to actually play said game. Well, then that's on you. 100% that's on you, because they're not that hard. It's like, you can't complain about how said game works if you aren't going to take the time to improve at said game. And I really don't like when people use that argument to say like why they personally don't like action games and whatnot. Because again, this is just in my own experience. Majority of the time, it's people who don't want to take the time to improve to appreciate said game. Goodbye. Alright, done over here. It's like, especially if it's the kind of game that rewards, improving and getting better at said game. If it's the kind of thing when that's the main focus, and then you feel good and you feel great after learning the mechanics and engaging with the stuff very well and whatnot, again, that's on you. If you start tripping out over game bad, game too fast and whatnot, and I am trying. The keyword is trying. I am trying to remove as much bias from myself, or remove as much bias as possible when it comes to this conversation and whatnot, because again, I play action games all the time. Like my first real action game was Devil May Cry 3, the original North American version of Devil May Cry 3, where normal mode was actually hard mode. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I do have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, and I talk my shit because I can back my shit up. But I talk my shit because I know what I'm talking about, know what I'm doing. I just don't like when people use the argument of it's too fast, it's too button mashy, when in hindsight they just don't want to actually learn the thing. They don't want to mess around and practice with this and that. They just want to I'm not saying that everyone wants to do this, but most people want to pull a dark side Phil and just press like a single button or do a single combo the whole game and expect that to like prosper and work out and be fun and cool. Because I've seen people be like, oh, well, Devil May Cry isn't very fun and I don't know where all the stylish stuff comes from. Meanwhile, the most of the people who say that only do the basic ground triangle combo, or like they might do an air combo but then immediately drop to the ground because they do the ground slam attack, or they just shoot all the time, and it's their fault that the game isn't fun because they're not using all the mechanics, whatever. But specifically, going back to the comment I saw on Final Fantasy 14 talking about Final Fantasy 7 Remake, when that game came out, no, when the demo for the game came out, I took the time to like learn all of it, and there were other people taking the time to like learn all the ins and outs of it, and it was a pretty fun time. People were saying that it was kind of fun and whatnot, and I was like, okay, let me learn this, let me figure this out, let me figure that out. Stop that. And let me do my best to understand all of what is given to me before the full game drops, so I won't be, you know, like a fish in a barrel trying to fight for my life. And so like then the full game comes out, and then at some point people's opinions have changed, like hardcore change, as far as being like, no, the game is hard, it's not fun, it's this, it's that. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, where'd all this come from? Like, y'all was playing this demo and was like, oh yeah, it's good, it's cool, it's not that hard. And then the game drops, and then all of a sudden it's like people are making it out to be the hardest thing on the planet. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, chill. And like I've seen the arguments, well, some of the arguments that people make for it, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, this is like way easier than what you're making it out to be. I recently just did a well, when I say recently, I mean like a few months ago, but I recently did a full playthrough of the game on hard mode, where, you know, to be honest, hard mode just doesn't let you use items, and it doesn't give you your MP back if you go rest at a bench or anything. You know, things hit harder, enemies are more aggressive, etc, and whatnot. And I was playing it, and I didn't really have that much trouble with it until I fought the Hell House's other form, and I fought Sephiroth, because oh my god, hard mode Sephiroth does not fuck around. You will find out. So like, I did that, and then I reloaded the game yesterday because I was like, I haven't played this in a while, I'll play it again. I loaded the game up on normal mode. Oh my god, normal mode is like overwhelmingly easy after having played the game on hard mode. Hang on. Yes.
Very good. But do not rest easy just yet, huh?
See, makes me happy every time I see it. As I was saying, yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Remake on normal mode is like staggeringly easy. And I'm just like, whoa, people were complaining about this? People were making this out to be outrageously hard and too fast paced and button mashy? What are you talking about? And then of course, you know me, because I like to make myself laugh, I'm like, man, some people really do just suck at games. But that's kind of sort of disrespectful. But at the same time though, like, this game like stupid easy, bro, as far as the combat and shit goes. But again, that's the fault of other people choosing not to take the time to fully understand what is given to them and just want things to be hand-holdingly easy. Okay, and with that, we're done with the fight.